Hello, everyone. It's Kiki Strickland, a matchmaker and dating coach. And I am here to talk about some things that are keeping you single. I want to hit on 5 of them today. I may come back and do more later. But first, I was going to call this 5 things that turn men off. But really, these are things that keep both men and women single, except for the first one. The first one that I want to hit on is for women, and it is having that masculine energy. That is a trait that can definitely keep you single, turn men off, eliminate you from their pursuit. And let me talk about what the masculine energy is. And I have been talking about masculine energy for years. I've been around for years. Some of you may be like, who's this woman? So I have been a matchmaker and a dating coach since the early 2000s. I started in 2006. And I was in Ebony magazine as America's top matchmaker in 2014. Took a break after a while because it got to be too much. I had too many clients. I had production companies calling me, asking me if I was interested in hosting a television show. It was just really crazy for a little while there, overwhelming for me. So I took a little break and now I am back. This is 2022. And so I was talking about masculine energy probably around 2009 when I started coaching. I started out as a matchmaker and then got into dating coaching once I found out about life coaching. I have 3 different coaching certifications. And the masculine energy is one that we as women have had to operate in at our jobs and sometimes even at home because we're the breadwinner, we're the head of the household, and that comes with a masculine energy. And it is needed in that sense. It's needed for those areas of our lives. So we have to be, very manly, cut and dried, more analytical, not in our feelings, just get things done. But you have to put that masculine energy that you've had to operate in to the side when it comes to male-female relationships, because you both cannot be the masculine energy. One of you has to be the feminine energy. And in some cases, some of you women who are alpha women, type A overachievers, you may want a man who actually has the feminine energy, a beta man, I think we call it. And that's okay. So if you are a woman who enjoys being in your masculine energy and wants to continue in the masculine, even in a romantic relationship, then you have to choose a man who is okay being in his more feminine energy, being more of like a beta male and not an alpha male. So that can work. But most of us females actually do not want to be the masculine energy. We actually do enjoy our feminine energy and do want to operate as the female in the relationship. So we have to learn how to turn that off and how to become our more softer, nurturing side when we are dealing with men who we want to date. So you can't both be there you can't show up as masculine energy with a masculine man. So that will keep you single. It's a hard thing to master. I've seen it even in myself. In fact, I mentioned this once before and I'll mention it again, even recently with a guy friend of mine who was coming to help me do some things at my RV lot. And as soon as I met him, as soon as he showed up, I was like, da-da-da-da-da, we gotta do this, and then his face kind of like fell. And I realized, oh my gosh, back up, hold on, skirt. let's start over. So I said, I'm sorry. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming. I had, I was in that, let's do this. Let's get it done in that mode. And really, you want the men to see your gentler side, your sweetness, your softness, even the way you speak to them. You want it to be softer. They are looking for, the men who are looking for a relationship, they are looking for a wife who is going to be, who's going to have the wife qualities. And while, yes, she's going to be strong, because we as women are very strong, we are very independent, but we don't want to be too strong and too independent. We actually want to allow our more vulnerable, softer, feminine side to show. So that's something that you're going to have to work on. And I know, because I'm working on it too. So that's the first one. Now, the second one, actually, men could have too, and it could be turning the women off. And that is insecurity, self-depreciation. I've seen this in some of my family members, and I've seen this in a couple of my friends, and it's just a turnoff. Nobody likes that, male or female. You want to be secure in who you are. If you're a believer, you should definitely be secure in who the Lord has called you to be, who the Lord has made you. You never want to be like, oh, woe is me, kind of like head hung down. It's just, it's almost sickening, and people will run from you if that is your attitude. Oh, I'm just this pitiful woman in dire straits. I always need help. That doesn't work either. You don't want to be too strong and independent on one hand, but then you also cannot be this, oh, did you want to talk to me? Really? You're interested in me? I had no idea. You find me attractive? No, that's not working for anybody. And men who are self-depreciating, it's a turnoff for women too, just so you know. So don't be insecure. And, insecurity can show up in a lot of other ways too, mainly jealousy. It shows up in you trying to question him all the time about where he was or what he was doing, or were you looking at that woman over there? Don't do that. Just be secure in who you are. Confidence is a wonderful trait. Confidence is a beautiful thing. We all want to be with people who are confident and who believe in themselves. And again, believe in the Lord. If nobody else, you at least have confidence in God, and that God is leading you, guiding you, and has made you into the person that you are today. So drop all the insecurities. All right. And then number 3 on my list goes hand in hand with that, which is neediness. Now, on one hand, you as a woman, they do like to help damsels in distress. So if you need something done, they will definitely, sign up for that and feel good about being able to help you in some way, especially if it's something physical, like I need help putting together this console, this desk, something manual labor related. Oh yeah. You can be needy in that kind of way, but you can't be emotionally needy, male or female. That is, again, something that it's almost sickening to see someone be so emotionally needy. And that like draws on a person too much. It requires too much from a person as far as their energy. And so they will run from you if you are needy emotionally. And they should, because that means you really need to get in there and do some therapy, do some work with a counselor, talk to a professional, because those are areas, neediness and insecurity, areas that need to be addressed and worked out before you get into a relationship. All right, so We can talk more about that one-on-one if you feel like you have been needy in a relationship, and you definitely don't want to do that. So number 4, this one is probably an area that you may not have realized. You may have realized, yes, I'm insecure, and yes, I'm needy in a relationship. But number 4 is for women, and actually men too, being too sexually aggressive early on. No, that's not going to work. I remember I had this guy friend who was trying to date me, and I was interested at first, but he was too touchy-feely, and he kept wanting me to stay over at his house. And it was just, no, I'm not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Do not try to go there too soon. And for women, since this is about women, you can be too sexually aggressive and turn the guy off and not know it. What happens is when you go there too soon, he puts you into this other category. So he might have been interested in you at first. He might have been trying to date you at first. And as soon as you start talking real sexual and, going into that area, then he says, oh, okay, she's for this category over here, not as someone that I would date, just someone that I would have fun with. Do not want to get yourself put in that category. So don't make sexual jokes. Don't make a lot of innuendos. Don't be overly flirtatious in a sexual way. I mean, I've even seen women sitting at a table at a restaurant, playing with a straw in her mouth and, being too seductive. And so, yeah, you will get yourself taken off the potential date, potential girlfriend list and put into the, hey, here's a good time girl that I can just sleep with. So dial that back. Turn that off. You want to behave in a way that is upright and upstanding. You want to be seen as a woman that he could introduce to his mother. You do not want to be all touching on him, feeling on him, talking about sexual things early on. No. You are a lady. If you aren't a lady and hey, you're okay with being put in that good time girl category, then, don't listen to my videos because I'm going to tell you, don't sleep with them. Wait till marriage. If you can't wait till marriage, wait as long as you can. Have boundaries. I'm going to tell you, this channel is all about being a woman of integrity and being a woman that they will want to marry. So again, number 4 is being too sexually aggressive too soon. Cut that out. No. And I did another video on how to curb that, because I know that in this day and age, we are more sexual beings than we have been in the past. And that is not a bad thing. To know what you like, to know what you want is a good thing, because you are planning to get married and you will need to teach your husband how to please you. Hopefully he will be open to learning you and what you like. And that's not a bad thing at all. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a woman who knows what you want and enjoys that area. You should, and we do. But that is something for your mate, your husband, not just any dude off the street that you went out on a date with. You should not be talking to him about what you like. No. Even if he asks, you can say, that is something that I share when I'm in a relationship. All right. Because yeah, they'll test you. And then the last one for today, because there's so many different traits and so many different areas that need work and that can eliminate you as a potential. But the last one I want to talk about is money talk. That will definitely turn a guy off if you are going to that conversation too soon. And, in this day and age, we are the ones making a lot of money. A lot of times the woman makes more than the man these days in our community. And he can probably tell if you make more than him. So you really need to figure out other ways to find that out. You can't come to the first or second date talking about money. That is a turnoff. And the men that even have money, that's a turnoff. So whether he has money or not, you really don't want to go into money talk. If he's talking about his money, because I did have a guy friend who, the first time we were having a meal together, he was talking about how he wants to retire soon and how he has laid things out financially to be able to do that. That's great. He's letting you know, here's where I am, here's my plan. And then if you want to say, I have a similar plan, this is what I'm planning to do, don't share more than he has shared about money. So let him take the lead in that conversation and only share as much as he's shared. If he's talked about stocks and you have stocks, hey, you have this stock? Yeah, I have some of the stock too. You can share, but only as much as you don't want to go, oh yes, and I have this and I have that and I have this and I have that. No, leave that for another day. Leave that for when you're actually getting more serious. And if you are one that doesn't make a lot of money and you don't have a lot of money, you definitely don't want to be asking him questions about his money or how much he makes, or, that's just not appropriate conversation and will get you eliminated immediately. Because one of the things that poor men have a fear of is a woman trying to take their money. They don't have any money, but they're afraid that the little that they do have is going to get taken. And then men who do have money, they are not as afraid because, they have a lot, but they do not want to be with someone they perceive as only with them for their money, which is understandable. Of course, they want to know that you like them. They might even hide the fact that they have money, or they might even hide the fact that they make a lot of money just to see how you're going to respond to them without knowing that they have money. So don't go into money conversations at all. Don't try to pry. There are easy ways to find out, even talking about your vacations. And I've told women they shouldn't talk too much about how much they have traveled in the past, but it's 2022. Everybody's traveling now. Everybody's gone everywhere. So that's okay now. You can talk about all your travels, and that will let a guy know you have discretionary income to go to Dubai and to go to South Africa. So obviously, you have enough money to be able to go on these trips. And you might be trying to find out if he is able to join you on trips like that. That's okay, but that's about it. You can't really say too much more in the very beginning. As you get to know the person, things will naturally come out. And when you see his home, you'll see what level he's living at. And he will see what level that you are living at. But the first few dates, you really just want to be seen if you enjoy this person, if you like their energy, if your conversation flows. If you make a lot of money and he doesn't, the first few conversations is going to show you that you're probably not too compatible, because you're not going to be talking about the same things. And, that just comes out naturally. You don't have to actually say anything specific about money in order for things to be revealed. So no money discussions in the beginning. That will turn him off, whether he has money or not. All right. Okay, so there's so much more to talk about. I'll come back with a few more traits that are keeping you single or areas that are maybe putting you in different categories or causing you not to get second dates. And comment below, let me know what you are thinking about these messages. And please subscribe if you want to hear more, and like my my videos so more people can see them. All right. In the meantime, happy dating. This has been Kiki Strickland, the Matchmaker and Dating Coach.